Hello, hello. Happy Thursday afternoon, wherever you are. Hopefully it's cooler than it is here, or than it is for us here. We're in the 90s, I think, today. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? I'm just going to give this a couple of minutes, and I'm going to bring in, there we go. Okay, let's see if we got that how that works. Hello, how are you, Teresa? Hey, Alex. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. I think I got Jeananne invited. Let's see if there we go. We'll see if the connection is. Hey, Jeananne, how are you? I'm doing well.
Good.
Thank
How are you
all
doing?
for joining us. So welcome everyone to the kickoff announcement for the first of the End AIDS Crochetalongs for Fall 23 Season 3 kickoff. We did 2 days ago. We had the first announcement on the knit along side of things, so I'm very excited that Jeananne from Cerulean Orchid and Christina from Teal Knits are here today to talk about these the crochet collaboration that they've been working on. That is going to be the first of the Crochetalong projects for season 3 of the Crochetalongs. Just a little bit of background for everyone, since I know hopefully there's some of your followers here as well who may not know what this is all about. My name is Gary, and I am in addition to being a knitter and a crocheter, I am a cyclist with AIDS Life Cycle, which is a 7-day, 545-mile bike ride from San Francisco to LA every June that raises money for the San Francisco AIDS Foundation and the Los Angeles LGBT Center. This will be, I just finished, it feels like it was 100 years ago, but it was only a month and a half ago. I just finished my 5th ride, and I'm doing this again in June 2024, which I think will be my, fingers crossed, last ride for a while. I had set a fundraising goal of $200,000 back when I did my first ride in 2019. I thought it would take me 10 years. It has not taken me quite that long, thank goodness. And so I'm really hoping that this is the year that I push myself over the edge and can give my aging knees a break. As part of my fundraising, I run a series of knit-alongs and crochet-alongs that are fundraisers for my AIDS Life Cycle fundraising, where we get indie designers and indie dyers together and put together projects that we all work on over a 2-month period. So we are kicking off this crochet-along on September 1st. It will run through October 31st. I'd like to give it 2 months so that people don't feel the pressure to scramble to try to get things finished. It's all about having fun, and there's no fun in stress. So we make them nice and generously long. We run giveaways throughout for everyone who's participating. And so it's a lot of fun. We do a weekly Zoom call on Tuesday evenings. So that is up on my Instagram grid, and I try to repost it every Monday so folks know that it's coming up on Tuesdays. So that's a bit of the background on the event. For this event, the fall event, we're doing all accessories. So across the knit-alongs and the crochet-alongs, it's all accessories. I love the idea of these little bite-sized projects that people can sort of grab and go while they're working on their Rhinebeck sweaters and their Stephen West make-along shawls and these other things. But we all like to, at least I like to have something I can take with me in the car or while I'm sitting at the doctor's office. And so I love to have these little projects. So I'm thrilled that Jeananne has designed a hat and mitt set that we are going to be using Christina's yarn on. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm very excited about that. But before we get into the reveal on the projects and the yarn, I always like to chat with everyone on the design side and on the dyer side, is sort of like how you got into this business and what your sort of fiber origin story is. So maybe Jeananne, if you want to kick us off, just like a little background on yourself and your business. And
Sure. I have dabbled in a lot of things. I am what they would probably consider a serial entrepreneur or creative. After having done photography and magazine layout and things like that, I wanted to do something that aligned with something that I do every day, and I crochet every day. It is something that I zen out with, and so I decided that it would be a lot of fun to be a pattern designer. And we're approaching our 5th birthday this year. Yeah, so I can't believe it's been that long already. But I can also say that it's been a lot of fun to get to know everyone in the fiber arts community and see what everyone makes.
And you do design on the crochet side and knit side as well, yeah? Or just crochet?
Not design knitting patterns. Nobody in their right mind wants me to do that.
Okay. Okay.
But I love knitting patterns as well. I can definitely recommend knit designers, and we have a few that design
also on your website. Mm-hmm. And you, I want to talk about the stickers. At some point, but are you also the illustrator who does the stickers, or what?
I am one of 4 illustrators that illustrates our stickers. So we also partner with DK Graham Mystic Scribbles and Aaron Birch to design our stickers. So I'm not skilled at illustrating everything, so we all kind of do what's in our powerhouse.
Fantastic. Christina, how about you? How did you come to the dyeing side of this this business?
So I started off as just a knitter and crocheter, really young. My mom taught me when I was like 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a craft I always come back to when I need like a quiet moment. And 5 years ago is when I started dyeing. Oh, wow. I saw stuff out there that I was like, I kind of like this, but it's not exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. And so Kool-Aid and vinegar and food dye like experiments, but they went really well. And so I ventured into the pro dyes and have like a full setup in the garage now, which is pretty amazing. It's really enjoyable to do something that I love doing every day. It's so fulfilling.
I feel like you said Kool-Aid, and we have house guests right now, and one of them is a knitter as well, and he was talking about during the pandemic had thought about dyeing yarns, and someone and Nancy the day before yesterday was talking about Kool-Aid as sort of their entry. I was like, I feel like Kool-Aid needs to put that as part of a marketing program that's like, yes. You know, if you don't like sugary drinks but you love to knit, you know, you might get into the dye business with our products. Because I feel like every dyer I talk to says, you know, I started with Kool-Aid in my kitchen. So that's fantastic. You do such an amazing job with color. I'm thrilled with this job, but I've got to tell you, I'm also obsessed with your, I think it's called like Sunset Dripping Over LA colorway. It was funny, just last night we had a sunset here. I'm in Southern California. I was like, you nailed it. Like you absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Nailed that colorway. Well, I'm so excited for this project. So Jeananne, why don't you tell us about the hat and the mitt set, kind of if there was an inspiration to it and just kind of how it came to be, and then we'll talk about the colorway.
So I had the privilege of visiting Hawaii about 5 years ago. And I fell in love with the rainbow eucalyptus trees. I think they're absolutely amazing. They're just a bundle of color in the middle of a green, lush forest, and they kind of take you by surprise. And so I liked the way that the bark kind of twists and curves around the tree, and that color pops out of it. And so I thought it was fun for like a speckled colorway. And I have a sample of it. It's not in the yarn that we'll be using, but I can show you the hat. So this is the beanie. And so I'm going to zoom in. You probably won't be able to see my face. Hopefully it will refocus. But it's got a subtle cable that tapers throughout. So it's a good social project. Once you get past the increases, you can take a car, small project. And I'm in the process of designing the gloves that will go with it. So I just reached the like I'm about to close the thumb hole, but I can throw it on and give you an idea of what this texture will look like.
That's beautiful.
So it's going to be
I feel like I say this because
I'm really excited.
On the crochet site, particularly, you know, I'm way years behind where I am on the knitting side. So every time one of the crochet designers comes to me, I'm like, I'm so excited to be working on this project because it's something I've never done before. So like doing cabling in crochet is like something I've never even tried. So I'm really excited. It looks beautiful. I'm really excited to learn a new skill along the way as well. So yeah. So is the hat, is it top down or brim up? Like,
the hat will be top down. I generally like to design hats top down. I think they have a nicer finish to them. So the closing at the top can be very tight, so you don't have a hole. You don't have to like hide a big hole underneath the pom-pom or something, though you can totally add a pom-pom to your hat if you wanted to. But I think it also allows you to adjust the size of your hat, the length of it, so as you're going. So if you want to make a little bit slouchy, you can just add some length.
And I guess we should probably mention up front that these are fingering weight pattern, and so it's going to be designed so that you 2 skeins of the yarn, you can make the hat and the mitts, and then, or you could do one of each if you wanted to. So that's fantastic. So I know that's not in the color, but we're going to get samples. We're going to get samples done in the color as well to eventually post up online. But Christina, why don't you show us? I know you've been working on the yarn over the last week or so because we saw some prototypes of it. But why don't you show us what you got?
So this is the finished one. This is what I decided on. So it's like a gray tonal with rainbow like neon speckles in there.
I love it.
And I'm really happy with how this one turned out.
That's
this is what I had imagined after speaking with Jeananne about what she was looking for.
I mean, yeah.
That's gonna be.
I think you can kind of see from the sample that she has, like just how speckles work in that twisty cable. I think it's going to be really fantastic. And this is on your sock base, which is 75/25?
Yes.
Okay.
75 superwash merino, 25% nylon.
Great. So in terms of the release stuff, so on the yarn, is that going to be available right away for folks to pre-order?
Tomorrow is when I'll open the pre-orders. Yeah.
So we'll put the pre-order up. It's $30 a skein, which includes a $3 donation per skein to AIDS Life Cycle, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic. And you're going to keep that open until sometime mid-August, around the 17th?
Yes.
Okay. And so anyone who can get gets the pre-orders in by then, we'll definitely have time to get that to you for this is a good question that I can ask a crochet expert, because I always just refer to it as casting on, because chaining on doesn't sound right, but I mean, just starting, I guess we start a crochet project, we don't really cast on one, but what do you
That's a funny question that I know.
I'm just going to continue to refer to it as casting on, because it's to say rather than chain on, but or sorry. Seems like we need to have,
sounds like a Pokemon or
we need
something.
to have like a confab of all the crocheters and come up with some sort of catchy tires, because I think the knitters have that one up on the crocheters in terms of a catchy way to say start a project. So in terms of yarn available tomorrow, everyone go out and grab yarn. I should say up front for folks who are watching who may not be crocheters, you certainly do not need to be participating in the Knit Crochet Along Bar to go buy some beautiful yarn from Christina to help support the cause, because that would make a beautiful pair of socks and any number of things on the knit side as well. On the crochet, on the pattern side, what are we looking at in terms of release dates and where it will be available for folks, as well as pricing, I suppose?
So the patterns are going to be $6 a piece, or you can get them as a set for $10, and then $3 donation for each of the patterns. Regardless of if you buy it in the bundle or not, they'll be available on ceruleanorchid.com or on Ravelry, whichever your preferred places to shop. And then they're going to be released on 31st of August, so the day before, but we will have details available on the Cerulean Orchid website and on Instagram regarding yardage and things like that.
Awesome. In terms of sizing, is it a one size pattern? One size.
So the hat will have two sizes. It will have a size that's about the size of my noggin, which is about the average human head size, unless my hair is big that day, and then it's a large. But and then the gloves will also have two sizes. There will be a small, medium, and a medium large, but there will also be instructions in that for folks to modify the diameter of the gloves so that you can change it if you want to be smaller or larger.
You said you were closing the thumb hole, but they're going to be fingerless. Perfect. I love that.
They're going to be fingerless.
And just for for everyone who's watching who may not be following me, in addition to this event being a fundraiser for my AIDS life cycle fundraising, because I love double dipping and win-win situations, I'm also simultaneously, and more details are going to be coming out on this over the next month once we roll out all these patterns, but I'm also going to be running an accessories drive for Knit the Rainbow, which is an organization that provides hand knit accessories to LGBTQ plus homeless youth in New York, Chicago, and now Detroit. And it's an organization that I've been following and kind of collaborating with for a year or so now. So there's going to be a contest sort of around it in terms of like who can make the most items, and you get bonus points if you use Christina's yarn, if you use Jeananne's patterns to make a couple of sets, one for you and one to donate. So it's going to be a ton of fun, and hopefully we can get a lot of accessories made up for Knit the Rainbow. So it's kind of a double dip of doing some good in the community through these projects. So even if you live in Southern California, so mitts are not something that you really need to do, you can make them up and hand them off to Knit the Rainbow. Hey Maggie, Yarnacious, and Shannon. I'm sorry, I'm seeing some folks pop into the chat here. That is fantastic. Like I said, thank you both so much for doing this, and I'm so excited for both of these patterns and to get my hands on some of that fantastic yarn. Christina, we'll start with you, but what else? I know you have some trunk shows and some things launching on your website. There's a couple of items up there, mini sets and things like that right now, but where can people find you? Either virtually or in person in the next couple months?
So this Saturday, actually, I'll be at Hook and Needle, which is a new shop in Vancouver, Washington.
Oh.
So I'm super excited. I'm going to get to see Jeananne at that too. So that'll be fun. Things are a bit hectic and chaotic in the office right now, prepping for that. After that, I'll be at the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl. I'll be at Heathered Yarn Co. for that event that weekend. So I'm very excited for that. It's a really fun crawl, and it's a really fun shop to be at. Right now, the website's a little lean looking, mostly because I'm prepping for in-person stuff. So
I do know, just looking a little further out, I'm very excited that I'm going to get to see you in person at Woolen Folk in New York. I'm making my first ever trip out for the Rhinebeck weekend. So that'll be really fun.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. That's I'm a little nervous too. It's just such a far way to go for a show. It's the furthest I'll have gone. But I'm very excited. I'm trying to stay on the excited side of it.
Yeah, I think you just got to roll with it, because I think just the energy of the event is going to be just so amazing that it's I'm sure going to be exhausting from the vendor side of things to do things, but by just my sense from people who've been, and just the way I'm feeling about being able to go is just, I feel like it's just going to be great, regardless of kind of how everything shakes out, even if it rains or whatever happens up there. So, and Jeananne, I'm going to see you a week from tomorrow, I guess. So you're going to be at Flock.
Yes. Yeah, I really excited about that show. I think it's going to be a really awesome new show for the Seattle area. They haven't had one at this time of the year in a while, so I think that's going to be really, really fun. And they've done a marvelous job of pulling together a lot of classes and presentations and things. So there's a lot of opportunities to learn and, of course, to squish yarn,
so,
which is our favorite
thing. You have your own booth? Are you vending with someone else, or?
I will be having my own booth. We will also have yarn from Totally Rad Yarn there, Willamette Valley Wool Company. Those will be the two dyers that we're bringing along with us this time. And then after that show, we'll be at DFW and at, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to fly stickers. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll be at OFF. We'll be at Oregon Flock and Fiber Festival.
Fantastic. So you both have very busy falls. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited to be going to Flock. I kind of decided to go at the last minute since we lost Stitches, and like now there's no real I mean, there's, at least down here, there's really not much in LA for sure, but I mean, there's Lambtown up north now, but I was just like, I really would love to have like a nice, strong West Coast fiber festival that folks can get excited about and go and meet some new vendors. So I'm excited to be going up there. I'm going to, just for anyone who's going to be there, I'm going to be around on Friday evening. I'm helping Caitlin at Porter Woolco set up her booth on Friday night, or Friday afternoon, I suppose. And then I'm going to be doing like a meet and greet thing. You know, spoiler alert, there may be another End AIDS Knit Along project that involves some Porter wool yarn. So we're going to do a little Saturday morning, the first hour of selling on Saturday. I'm going to be in her booth there, just chatting with people and showing off some yarn. So I'm really excited. Well, I'm glad that I'm going to get to meet both of you in person over the next couple of months. Just to recap for everyone before I let you go, because I like to try to keep these relatively short. I know Christina has some familial duties to take care of. So the Rainbow Eucalyptus hat and mitt set will be available the day before cast on date for the actual pattern. Details in terms of yardages and all that stuff, gauge and whatnot, will be available earlier than that on Ravelry and the Cerulean Orchid website. $6 a piece, $10 for the set, which includes a $3 donation to AIDS Life Cycle. And I don't think we said it, but correct me if I'm wrong, the yarn is called After the Storm?
Yes.
Is that what you... Okay. So the After the Storm yarn from Teal Knits is available tomorrow on your website for pre-order through the 17th of, what month are we? August? October, no. The summer has flown by, but not that fast. And those are $30 a skein, which included in that price is the $3 donation per skein to AIDS Life Cycle. And those will be open till to the 17th to make sure you guys ever can get it in hand for cast on date. Anything from your end that I'm missing in terms of details, or anything coming up from you all that you want to talk about design wise or yarn color wise, or are you doing any special color for Woolen Folk?
We will see. Probably. I'll probably do something that's exclusive just for the show.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. That's how I justify purchasing the yarn, because I'm like, well, I can't get it anywhere else. I have to do it here.
Exactly.
So, I tell my husband it was a collector's item. There was no passing it up. I had to be worth something someday. So. And Jeananne, do you have any new designs coming up for any of your shows, or?
Oh, I'm focused on this one right now. And then I'm kind of diving deeper into the patterns that we have that are existing to offer some additional sizes. So from some hats are going to be available in sizes for children through adults soon. And I'm really excited about that. We've been asked a lot, like, why don't you have kids hats? And I'm like, because I don't have a child to try it on. That's the simple answer.
Right.
But my friends will let me borrow other kids. So
that dream of fit models for your samples. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna keep instead of adding a lot of new this year.
Great.
And I'm excited
That's amazing. I'm super excited to be working with you both, and I can't wait to meet you in person. If anyone who is watching has any questions about the knit along, the crochet along details, just shoot any of us a DM. But you can shoot me because I have I have all the information, and I will save this to the grid. I will also repurpose this as a YouTube video. It'll be over on my YouTube channel, which is Gary Knits, Gary Rides over there. I guess I should also mention tomorrow a new YouTube episode is coming out entitled "Is My Rhinebeck Sweater Trying to Kill Me?" So assuming I get the editing the editing done tonight and the sweater hasn't killed me, I will have that posted up tomorrow morning. And then once we've made all of the announcements for all of the projects, I'm going to compile a little mini episode where I'm just going to have the samples and talk about the deadlines and all that stuff and stuff. So there's plenty of places to find all the information for the knit along. But thank you both for jumping on and doing this with me. I'm really excited. And hopefully you'll join one of the Zooms one of these nights, one of these Tuesdays, and people would love to chat with you. So
yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
all right. Have a great rest of your evening. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye.